Right, and here it is. So I promised on the 1st of October I would be announcing what the next album are called, the track list, and what the singles would be. So I'm gonna do that today. Now, I just want to let you know that this will not be a full-on breakdown of the album, of course. There will be a more in-depth video on the main channel, like I did with Progress Take Progress, where we'll go by each song individually and kind of tell you a bit about each one. Now, I'm just going to say that this is not 100% the final track list. I'm pretty confident this is what it will look like and this is what it will be. I'm pretty sold, but, last year I did the same thing and I changed one or two things and, you know, things shift. But at the moment, this is what it should be. I've written half of this album, 100% so far, and yeah. So, when it came to kind of deciding what this album was going to be, Progress Sega Progress was kind of an album that had a lot going for it, a lot of stuff. Like I did a lot of different genres in Progress Sega Progress, and some worked really well, others didn't. But I kind of wanted to stick to one kind of theme, feel, genre with this new album. So I'm going to be doing a folk acoustic kind of album. So a lot of guitar-based stuff, a lot of kind of country elements, some more slower pop elements, and I'm very excited about it because it's kind of the type of music I wanted to make for a long time. But I feel like it makes sense, and so that was kind of the style that I'm going for. And not all of the songs are going to be folk acoustic. There's one or two outliers which I won't tell you what they are yet, but you'll understand why at a later date. When it came to the title, when I was kind of thinking about what subject matter I could do, because made out a kind of anthology thing following a tight year. Focus Sake of Progress it covered 2 years pretty much, and kind of feeling and just random things that were going on, and there was a couple of arcs in there. This one has a bit more of the structure. This one has a bit more of a less of a sell by date because, well, the other ones were more based on events that happened in life. This album is about stuff that happened in the past and stuff that is yet to happen, and it is called The Past, The Present, and The Future. And I feel it made very sense for the title, considering this is my last year of school, going to college. I think it makes sense to kind of do an album reflecting my life so far as I move to the next part. So this album is going to have 12 songs, and let me reveal the track list now. Here we go. So we've got 12 songs. And kind of the format and kind of making this track list quite simple because the album has 4 songs dedicated to the past. These past songs are not something that happened last month, for example. These are things that happened years ago. The latest one is 2020. So these were all before lockdown or like just as lockdown was hitting pretty much. So that feels like a lifetime ago. So that's how like kind of the present songs are kind of how I guess this present moment kind of starting from July of this year till about probably like now. The present, you know what I mean? Which it won't be the present when it comes out, but you know what I mean. And then the future songs range from stuff that might happen to me next year, from who I'm going to be in 30, 40 years time. So it's a very exciting album. And so the first one is called Golden Years, and I was supposed to get this one out in about a week's time, I think, as I record it. I'm going to have to delay it a bit, but it should be out by the end of October, hopefully. And yeah, we'll have a music video on the main channel. So I'm really excited about Golden Years. I think it's the best song I've ever written. So it's going to be great. Then single 2 is going to be called New Frontiers. It's part of the future section. I wanted to have one single for the past, present, and future. It made sense. So Golden Years is representing the present, and New Frontiers is representing the future. And that I'm hoping to get that out by the early January, maybe late December time. And then the final single is going to be called Long Aston, and that one should be out a couple of weeks after New Frontiers. That should be late January, early February. The album itself, I'm going for April at the moment, but that could change. Made It Out Alive was supposed to come out in August, it came out in October, and Progress was supposed to come out in July, that came out in June. So it could be earlier, it could be later. And that's kind of the key. And just to kind of tease you, on the past, the present, and the future will not be the only project that I put out this year. I'm working on a bit of a separate, smaller project, as well as an independent project as well. So I've got a few things, which I'm not going to talk about that too much yet. But yeah, all I'm going to say is that 2024 is going to be a big year for Broadband. So yeah, that is the breakdown of the album. So I hope you got some out of it. And yeah, as I've said, there will be a bigger breakdown video where I'll go through each song individually and tell you kind of what it's about, and kind of tell you like the genres and its history about it. And then of course I'll do like the lyric breakdown series I did focus on this channel, and plus all the songs will be on Genius, so you'll pretty much be tired of them, to be honest, by the end of it. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, I'll see you soon.